Okay, we are going to cone up. Today I have my 8 different kinds of henna, and I also have a different type of cone. They're different printing on the cello, otherwise they're pretty much all the same. And we're going to cone these up. I also have my handy dandy metal tins. You could use a coffee cup or anything. This is just what I like to use because they're cute, and I also use these at henna gigs. So I have a few of those so that I can cone things up. And I like to stack these in groups of 10. So the first thing that I'm going to do is unstack them and make sure that I don't have any doubles. And there's 10 there. So we're going to start with this, which is the Henna Caravan Raj. I'm going to just cut the end off my carrot bag here. Oh geez, these are kid scissors and they don't work too well. And I'm just going to fill the cone up. Now, I'm not worried about not getting anything in the bottom. You can see that there's airspace. That's fine. That's going to go away as soon as I fold and seal the top. And I'm only putting a little bit into each cone, and I'm leaving a good amount of space up at the top. And I'll fold this one up, roll this one up, seal it here just so that you can see how that works. I like to take a piece of tape and put it right over the top there and then push that down. So I've just made a little seal. Then I like to fold corner and corner in kind of a triangle shape. And now I'm going to just press this down and roll it shut. Now as I do that, the henna comes all the way to the end. If your henna is really thick, it's not going to want to come down to the end. So getting the right consistency is important for getting rid of that. And there's one cone down. Because I've got these coordinated by colors, and I wrote myself a little note, I'm not going to worry about confusing what henna is what. My second cone is done. I'm just going to stack it in there so that I can fill a little bit faster. Make sure that shows. So here I am at the end of my carrot bag, and I've got one more cone to fill. I just have a little bit. I'm just going to stick this in there and pull and squeeze, and that one is done. Pop that in there. So these cones that I didn't use, no problem. They will just get recycled to use in a different project. I'm seeing that it's only taking about 3 or 4 cones for the most part, so I'm not going to even unroll them all. And this is the Ayur Raj. I think I need a different pair of scissors here. This henna is really weird consistency, really liquidy, and that's probably because most of the henna was lost when I strained, so it's mostly just liquid in here. I'm guessing it's not going to perform very well based on that. Next is my, looks like Artistic Adornment Raj. And this is actually filling quite nice. The consistency was really good because it strained out really well. You can feel how, oh, and it's nice and stringy. You can see there's a little bit of snottiness at the end of the cone there. That is a nice stringy henna. It's going to just drape beautifully. Because it has a better sift than some of the other hennas, I got more out of my batch than I did with some of the other hennas. Now I'm at the end again. I'm just going to squeeze this down and get every little bit I can and call that a day. Now the Twilight, that strained out extremely well too. There's hardly any henna that that was lost in that one. So it's going to take a few more cones. Let's see, 4, 5. I'm thinking maybe 8. We'll see if we get any more out of it. You can see how much twilight is there. This henna seems to have thickened up in the fridge where I had it stored overnight. It's fine. There's sugar in it, so I know that the heat from my hand is going to make it a little more melty as the cone is held and worked with, and it will loosen up even coming to room temperature. I really like using carrot bags to cone just because it's a neat way to do it, and I like using these little cups as well, or a tin to hold the cones, because it's nice to have the henna settle for a few minutes while you're coning up. That one I filled a little full. I'm hoping that it's not gonna go bust on me here. And here I am at the end of my 10th cone, and I'm going to have a little bit extra left over. Unfortunately, I don't have a spare one, but I do have another kind of henna cone wrapped up, so I'm just going to put it in that. And call it a day. Alright, so this cup is full of henna cones. I can probably fit a few more in there. In fact, I think I will. We'll move on to the henna Sahara Tazarine. And I got a lot out of that as well. This is feeling pretty good as well. I want to be careful not to stack too many in there and accidentally plop one in the middle of another open cone. I've done that before, and it's no fun trying to clean up that mess. Whoa. There, I think that's pretty well full. We'll move on to the next one. Looks like I'm going to get one more cone out of this. Move that out of the way. Next is the henna souk Raj. We'll cone up. Whoopsie, I'm dropping cones all over. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I only rolled 8 of these ones, so I'm going to switch. No, I won't switch. I'll just roll more if I need to. One down. And the last cone here. I still have a little bit left, so I'm going to pop it into yet another cone. All right, next is the Jamila 2010. All right. I don't think this is going to use all 10 of them. I can maybe get just a hair more out of this carrot bag. It's going to be a very small cone though. And last but not least, my Jamila 11. Alright, so we'll go one more time with slowly filling it. Insert, squeeze from the top, and only fill it a little bit of the way. Almost done here, and I'm running out of room, so it's a good thing. I think I overfilled that one, but well, it might be okay. So, in the case of an overfill, like we have here, I'm going to take my tape, and I'm going to just build up the edge a little bit. Maybe one more. Then I know that I'll get everything sufficiently squished down. All right, so it's nice and sealed. This is when packing tape also comes in handy. I'm still going to fold the corners in to that triangle shape and roll it down nice and tight. This cone I happen to roll super tight, and the henna is a little bit thicker than the other one, so it doesn't want to go all the way to the end. I'm not going to worry about that at all. It's going to work just fine. We'll do one more here. All right, so that is filling cones, and you'd fill a large cone the same way. Really, you only want it about 2/3 of the way up, and you can seal the top the same way. Here's my fun little cones, and I'm going to turn the camera off and finish my taping.